Wow, man. Crazy meeting. Well, Mr. Kanye West, him and Jim Brown, there was many other people there, man. He met with President Trump. Pretty much want to go against, talk about the stop and frisk situation that's going to be implemented. Stop and frisk is having law enforcement. It's actually adopted in the New York Police Department. It's adopted to detain civilians of a contraband or illegal weapons, man. And it's pretty much a forcefully of martial law. A lot of civilians are going to forfeit their rights, and in a way, it's going to eliminate some crime. That's one of the most motivations for President Trump to do. And I look at the statistics, man. It's been over like 970, I think 980 carjacks last year, 2017, 2016. It's been over, 2018 is this year. It's been over 580 carjacks. Every 2 minutes and like 40 or 51 seconds, someone's always getting shot in Chicago. In about 14 hours and 48 minutes, statistically, there's always someone getting killed in the city of Chicago, man. And this has been so crazy, man. The South Side, West Side, and many individuals are getting killed as they have no peace with the law enforcement. Rahm Emanuel, no respect for him and his crew. And and some, like I said, they had a little bait truck situation. They pretty much been on the map for the longest, and they are not the first. Detroit is up there. You have St. Louis up there, Milwaukee, Oakland, all these other cities, and that's pretty much perish from each other. People just have the black on black crime, killing each other on a day-to-day basis. And what Kanye West, he went all over the place, though. I know he was talking about he was pretty much diagnosed with bipolar disease or disorder, and that he's going to have dementia 20 years from now. He's going to forget his kids' names. He's going to forget his works. And he was just saying that of course, all the universe talk that we need to abide in now. And when he had delivered that speech with President Trump, stating that, listen, I don't agree with stop and frisk, but I do believe we need to have a peace relation with the law enforcement. We should not get rid of our guns. He was just saying that because we do have the right for us, the Second Amendment, to bear arms. That's extremely important. Now, I do agree with Mr. West on that, man. That's extremely important. We do have the right to bear arms according to our Second Amendment. He says that illegal guns is coming into the city of Chicago. Now, go into detail, the 1950s, man. Since then they've been having an all-democratic type of leadership, man, in that city, and it's been crime, it's like I said, since the 50s, 60s, 70s, and the 80s, man, especially with the crack epidemic, and it needs to be stopped, man. Less. He was going into detail that he's going to build up on Yeezus, a factory, under one of his main reasons why he's moving to Chicago, so he can implement jobs, and so he can have these kids to do something positive, man. Why they playing sports, learning mathematics. He talks about specifically they can listen to music, good positive music, and meditate. It's good for their mind and subconsciously because it works on imagery and speech. He really, I think he has a really hard. Mr. West has a heart for helping individuals, man, and he always been talking about that since his graduation album, man. When he talked about a homecoming, he was talking about Chicago in his third perspective, and he just thinks that it needs to be a change. It needs to be a change in walking, or just working with people in law enforcement or in the high positions politically can help stir the people into the right direction. He was into a rant as well that he doesn't have that male energy. He had a lot of male energy growing up. His father wasn't a huge influence in his life, and of course now he has kids, and he's married to the Kardashians. So it's a lot of female energy, and he was just saying that it was kind of hard for him to actually seek that male role and how to be disciplined and be a protector and be a provider. I know an instance that he couldn't protect his wife Kim Kardashian, and with this meeting though, I was just thinking that Mr. West, I know what he was trying to get at, and yes, he is suffering from mental illness, but I believe his heart is kind of in the right place, but he just needs a good way to get it out. And I think President Trump is going to be open-minded to it as far as like the stop and frisk. I know he still want to implement that because at the end of the day, Rahm Emanuel and his crew, they're not doing anything positive. It's just so much crime that goes on, man. You got it to the point that Spike Lee, like I said, he made a movie about it called Chirac and formed it into a play. And he had different solutions. And some people in the White House and in that brief meeting before they had lunch, you saying, well, it's the people's fault. Yeah, it could be a lack of fathers inside there. Of course, fathers in the household put in story discipline and right roles. And I'm glad, and I was fortunate enough that my sister and I, we have both parents in the household as a good balance. A man can teach a man how to be a man. A woman can teach a woman how to be a woman. So What really struck me in this meeting is that he went into detail with like Larry Hoover. Now that is true. Larry Hoover did have 6 life sentences, man. Even though he wanted to reunite the whole gangs, man, in Virginia, Wisconsin, Memphis, Detroit, everyone, man, because they had the like mind instead of just killing each other. Man, we could form our own political group. I mean, we can ensure like good protection. Even though they was making a lot of money in the cracking epidemic though, but it should be no reason why this man is still, he couldn't even see his family. He's like down. And that's kind of interesting. I want to see how Trump is going to really respond to that, man. But I was just like, wow, you brought up Larry Hoover, and it got me thinking about with the Jay Prince audio about the respect. It's in Larry Hoover, man. He actually had an audio, man, and he almost got sued for that. But he was just saying, like, yeah, I want to reunite the whole group, man. I mean, we need to stop killing each other. We need to put our minds together, man. We need to free people in LA, all this stuff, man, because we are the power. We are the source, man. And the thing is, what gets me is that, in the city of Chicago, I mean, it's about 87%. They make up 13% of the population, but they commit 87% of the crime. Only 12.9% of Hispanics commit the crime in the city of Chicago in this moment, man. So you can all look this up statistically, but I'm gonna get my my thoughts on this with the meeting. This was a little more. He elaborated a little bit more on this, man. Like I said, his mind, everything was still all out the way. He talking about the Adidas and he talking about all the factories that he wanted to implement there to get people opportunities, man. I think that's extremely true. And of course, the cost of living is going up. And he talks about spreading love instead of just hatred, and talking about the whole racism that people, of course, at Saturday Night Live, they was bullying him mentally, verbally, saying that, oh, you're not going to perform with that hat on, make America great. He think it would be dope if that Colin Kaepernick would actually wear that hat on and support him. So, man, it was pretty much, I think, me personally, it was very informative. I think it was very informative, though, man. But, this is, I just pray for the city of Chicago, man, and all black communities, man. Like, we don't have, as black people, we're really suffering from this monolithic thought that everybody has to think alike. Everybody has to be a Democrat. Of course, it's going to the welfare, but like I stated in previous videos, that, and the Workers' Program Association implemented by Mr. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was the first president to serve 3 consecutive terms in 12 years. I mean, it was at the point that, black people was begging, was begging for a change, and, they turn their backs on the Republican Party. And he talks about the 13th Amendment. That needs to be eliminated. It don't need to be ratified, man, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's still slavery in this way. It's supposed to be abolished, but unless you punish or servitude for a crime, and slavery can be enforced. So, man, it was just so much going on, man, in that meeting, though. So it was a good about it was like a little 10-minute rant, and I was just like, dang, man. So and my heart it goes off of Kanye. I had to accept the fact that he has mental illness, and this is a gentleman that I like. I love his music, college dropout, all this stuff. He do as an entertainer, but I think he really wants to pursue this political career. He still got a long way to go, but I think this is a first step for it. And yeah, man, I forgave him from all that slavery comment. I know he wants to break the chains, but we'll see, man. But I do believe black ownership talks about the detail that we're not used to. We just always want to live our lives just for the bread. So, man, it was just kind of interesting, though. But this is how I feel about it. Tell me what you guys think, man. It's so cold outside, man. I'm gonna get out of here, but tell me what you guys think, man, about this video, or you think about was it a great appropriate meeting? Was this better meeting than the pastors that he met earlier this year? So you think President Trump is doing a good thing with meeting with Kanye West? Are they going to actually do some reforming? And what's the hope in the future, not only for the city of Chicago, but the black community in general, man? Financially, just everything, spiritually, man. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully the churches can really come together and learn from this interview, man. I'm out. You guys take care.